Hey there, friends and followers. It's Justin with Just-N-Tyme. I'm working with Ben today. We have a 2015 Crosstrek, which was a prime example of how to properly replace your lug studs. And we're going to get right into it. So we had a seized lug nut and got approval from our client to go ahead and replace all of the lug studs and the lug nuts, which is always recommended. If you're going to do one, you might as well do all of them on the same hub. What's the point of just doing one, unless you're trying to get some kind of job security?
A few moments later.
We've already taken the brakes off. We have them hung properly. Never let a brake caliper dangle from the hose. And you see here our broken lug stud. Now, the first step in this is one of the funnest parts, and that's when you get to beat the lug studs out. When you're doing this at home, we recommend wearing ear protection because your ears are important. All right, Ben, so if I can give you some critique. In almost any hub and bearing application, you're going to find a spot where the lug studs will come out, and then there's spots where they won't. See how that's... I can't get that one out. Okay. So I always do them one at a time. Little backing plate. And then you can pop them right out. All right, so now we have a studless hub. We've got brand new studs, always OEM Subaru studs. We have our special stud installer, and this is the first thing that you need to do an accurate repair, which not a lot of people actually know. And then you're going to need some form of grease. This can be from a grease gun, it can be in a grease tub. Whatever you've got. It doesn't need to be anything special. You just need to make sure that you have your lug studs lubricated thoroughly. Ben put a nice film all around your splines and your threads. Got that high temp stuff. Yeah. And we like to just go ahead and get all of them lubed up before inserting. All right. Now what you'll see in correspondence with the hub and the stud is splines. This ensures a proper fit and so that the stud does not spin inside of the hub. So Ben, one of the most important things when you first start is getting those splines to line up, and you'll feel it. And then this is where most people go wrong. They'll add some washers or a couple nuts to build it up instead of using something that spins. See, this is a bearing inside of this little device that allows this to spin freely, which makes it easier for your stud to be pressed in. If you do it dry or if you use washers, you're causing a lot of friction on this, and your lugs only get 88.5 foot-pounds on this car. So if you're using more than that to install the lug stud, you are damaging your brand new lug stud. You're not going to get the longevity out of it like you will doing it this way. So not only do we have brand new lug studs, we've got brand new lug nuts.
Let me make
So
sure
you start it by hand, and then you want to make sure that you've got it in the splines, not making extra splines. Now, on this first one, you don't have anything to hold the hub, so we need to grab a lady finger. So what you do, Ben, is just slide that through to where it's... So that way, as you are tightening that up, you're not, not going to spin the hub. So now you need a 19 millimeter on a ratchet. Now you can watch how easily this presses in. And Ben, you're going to get to a point to where it stops, okay, and then you just give it a snug. What you don't want to do is go over the recommended torque, because it's not going to be necessary to go crazy on the torque. Yep, and you felt it stop. And then what you do is go back here and give it a visual inspection, ensuring that it is flush all the way up against the hub. You don't want it to be backed off at all, because then you may not get proper torque on your wheel. So now, Ben, you can just knock that nut loose. And by no means is that over torqued. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do a proper lug stud installation. Thanks for watching. And see you later, alligator. And stay tuned. Stay tuned for further posts. We're going to start doing a lot of DIY stuff and just informative stuff on cars. Guys, cars, and stuff. Mash that like button.